bucket hat.
They look so fine. Let's go! Everyone needs to, create this line between when it is hip-hop culture and when you start to fall into black culture, in order to be very respectful of what you're doing. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Here I react to every Nugu groups that are recommended to me. I react to artists that are not very well known, and I've been recommended this group called Big Ocean. I've already heard about them, but I've never listened to any of their songs. I actually saw them do a dance challenge with Felix, but I can't even remember which song it was, and I can't even remember if they did a Stray Kids song or a Big Ocean song. I can't remember at all. So I'm really excited because people have been telling me that this group has been spreading positivity and are big lovers, if I can say that they're also the first K-pop group with people who are hard of hearing, I think. Yes, it is. Yes, hard of hearing. And yeah, they basically also add sign language to their songs, to their performances, and yeah, I think that is going to be very, very interesting to look into them. I see that they have 205k followers, which is not that much compared to other K-pop groups, but still a lot. So I guess that they still have a strong fan base that is there to support them. I'm going to have fun, I hope. And last thing, before I start, I do have many financial issues and I am really dependent on meds, and my meds are running out. So if you have $1 to spare, don't hesitate to go to my Linktree and donate to my PayPal or to my fundraiser, but I think it's going to be easier on my PayPal. But again, you don't have to do anything, just have fun and enjoy the show.
Girl, I see you underneath that bucket hat.
They look so fine. They look so damn fine. Give me a second for me to make the quality a bit better, because like I do want to see them in HD. Is that the highest? No, that's the HD version. Oh no, it's good.
So come on, let me show you something.
I got that sweet no salt in my blood, girl, come get a taste. So it will play so ball, baby, no one could take your place. Do it like your mama told ya, good speed away, like Barcelona. Te llamo, babe, what you doing, where you at, on the floor, fuck it at, bust it up, bust it back, cause it go, bring back. Insane, get you speeding through my veins. No, we ain't gon' play no games, we don't see no sunlight. Everybody in the club, say with me. Baseline phone, and the drums swing low. When the drops I go so mad in my bucket head. Drip so fly, in my suit and tie, singing bye, bye, bye like that in my bucket head.
Bro, that's why I say that you are haters, because why did it take you so long to tell me about them? I'm a big fan of hip-hop and a big fan of rap. I'm a big fan of most type of music, not gonna lie, but I have a specific link to hip-hop, and I love what I'm seeing right now. There is this swag that they bring right now. There is this coolness that they're bringing. It's not even just cool because they're doing hip hop, because many people do hip hop but it's not, that good. But here there is like the energy of hip hop through the dance, through the attitude that they're putting, through the intonation of their voice. I like what I'm doing, what I'm seeing right now. And the style, and the style. Like, I love that they went for a black and white concept, because they do. I don't think that they look extremely alike, but they do look kind of alike. So so with the bucket hats that, you know, hide a little bit of their face, it creates that illusion of, you know, what's the name of that, yin and yang. That's cool.
Let the good times roll. Got me singing like bassline flow. And the drum swing go when the drops I go. So mad in my bucket head. Babe, I got a fast car, let me pull up. Come on, treat you real sweet, got your sugar.
Let's go.
Pick up the pace on the gas of my foreign whip. Love the way that you say my name. Say it to me like repeat, cause I got no sleep and you're paying on my mind.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Like the jump. The jump was so cool.
Everybody in the club say with me. Bassline flow and the drum swing go when the drops I go. So mad in my bucket.
Hey!
So inside singing bye 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 like that in my bucket. Oh.
But like, aside from the fact that they are incorporating sign language, they make the sign language look so great. Like, it's not only incorporated, you know, so it's accessible. Of course, it's accessible, but it's more than accessible. It's actually part of the performance, and that's something I always wanted to see more in, you know, performance like sign language, because people tend to use sign language as just a mean of communication. But even when people speak, they have intonations, they have feelings, they have diversity in the way they they express themselves. So it's really interesting to see how much they incorporate sign language in a way that don't make it just a way of communicating, but an actual representation of what they are saying and expressing.
Let the good times roll. Got me singing like bassline flow. And the drum swing low when the drops I go. So mad in my bucket head. Tell me what you wearing underneath the shade. Don't worry, I got you. Don't you hide that pretty face from me. Looking like a movie scene. I hardly woke up, no passing and cars. Bouncing just the way you like tonight. Bassline flow and the drum swing low when the drops I go. So mad in my bucket head. Drip so fly in my soul inside. Singing bye 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 like that in my bucket head. Oh, let the good times roll. Got me singing like bassline flow and the drum swing low when the drops I go. So mad with my bucket head. Toss it up, show me your face, what you got. Girl, don't look back. Every night, every day, up in that sweet lemonade. Sing it like that, bucket head.
Ah! Is that the end? This was a great introduction to that group. I know that it's a subunit, by the way. Don't think that I don't know that. I know that it's a subunit. I think someone told me that it's 3 people as a whole, like it's 3 people. I do want to see at least one song of them where it's all of them. Oh, that's me! Look! It's me right there. I also reacted to Plave, if you want to see my reaction to Plave. But anyway, they are so cool. And something else I wanted to say is that, are they brothers or something? Because they have a very similar vibe. I know that I'm not saying that they have the same head exactly or anything, but they do have a vibe very similar. And also another thing I wanted to say, it's exactly how you do a hip-hop concept. Because a lot of people think that hip-hop is just an exaggeration of black culture. Like, the way they do hip-hop is just an exaggeration that they do because they don't really care about hip hop. They don't really care about the culture, so they don't do enough research into it, and they just, do whatever the stereotype looks like. I'm not going to name any name, by the way. I'm not going to point out anyone. But that's exactly how you do a hip hop concept. They used nothing that is not part of their culture. They did not. I mean, of course, hip hop is a culture as in itself, and it's a heavily part of Black culture. But hip hop is a culture also by itself. But everyone needs to create this line between when it is hip hop culture and when you start to fall into Black culture, in order to be very respectful of what you're doing. The same way as, for example, sometimes we have K-pop groups that do very traditionally Korean inspired type of things, type of MVs, and if you're going to do performance, replicating their outfit, replicating some things that they do, it's really important for you to really look into it and try to see if you really understand the meaning of it, and you're not disrespecting in any ways, because some parts of culture are really okay to use. For example, if you're not Black, you can absolutely wear a bonnet, for example. There's nothing wrong with wearing a bonnet. It's to protect your hair. It's really important. It did start to look like Black culture at some point, because Black people were the main people that were targeted for that product, but also the main ones that popularized it in modern times. But it's absolutely okay for you to use it. However, when we go in very specific territories, like the cornrows that we started to use as a way to fight against the heavy discrimination that was pushed on our air, also the cornrows that were used in several parts of the world by the African diaspora in order to escape plantations. It's really important to be respectful, and if you still going around to do it, you need to acknowledge the difficulties and the hardship that come with that kind of hair. Same thing with most things that you would do for hip-hop concept. But anyway, I really liked that song, and I really liked their vision of hip-hop and how they represented themselves and expressed themselves. That's going to be all for today, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.